Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Pokemon Sword 5, the Serpent's Curse. Now, with any luck, this goat won't be a big puzzle that's really difficult. And we'll get past it, and we'll move towards this rock formation, this fig tree, and we'll find that this is potentially the Garden of Eden right in here. I guess maybe that is. Maybe they're very much taking a different interpretation here. Because there's supposed to be an angel with a flaming sword that would stop you from getting into Eden according to the Bible.
Is it Langon?
No, it's worse than that. Come look.
Oh, George, stop being so overdramatic.
Oh, look, a goat.
You like goats?
Love 'em. Hey, we could call it Donna.
Oh, what a lovely name. Isn't it, princess?
She named him Princess, apparently.
Are you hungry, my lovely?
Okay, while you get all David Attenborough on us, I'll take a look around. That's a Wolfram truck, which means Langham can't be far away.
So Langham works for Wolfram in the same way that...
A giant stone head lay on the ground. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. There you are. But where's Langham?
So we've got a couple of these griffins.
What have we got here then? Do you think the boss is coming out?
Dunno, and don't care. I was only here to blow a hole in that rock. Job done. Just waiting for me ride home.
Let's give him half an hour, max. This place gives me the willies.
Oh, don't be such a wuss. A few old statues. Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Wasn't expecting that.
All right. Like you said, 30 minutes.
We need to get past these idiots and stop Langham.
Tricky. I've got some tasty-looking shooters. Besides, I'm a reformed man. I've given up senseless violence. Miss Collard is leading me out of the darkness and into the promised land. One day at a time.
Oh, that's great, Shears. Great. Terrific timing. I guess we're going to have to find a way past them.
Now, this is in Iraq, and in the real world, Iraq has had a lot of ancient things like this destroyed by ISIS, but frankly, other groups too certainly have been
an old gnarled fig tree.
Fast about
Like
destroying very old
years.
antiquities.
One limb, just out of reach of the goat, was laden with ripe figs.
I'm gonna grab a fig, and let's give a handful of figs to the goat. Maybe we can get these goats to like us. Since this is the devil, having a goat show up
It devoured the fruit greedily.
sort of makes sense, but it doesn't fully make
It
sense.
was a huge
That's
natural stone arch. This whole place was amazing.
it's more Baphomet than Lucifer. But there's so many combinations of old gods, pre-Christian gods, converted to mean the devil in one form or another. I really think everybody should probably in school
The back of
do
the truck was full of sealed boxes and
religious
crates.
history
A knapsack had been thrown on top.
to better understand all the very old pagan gods and how all the stories intertwine, and how a lot of movies and books and games use those old stories to make new stories.
A canvas knapsack full of heavy objects. Some of them look pretty dangerous.
Let's open the driver's door.
The driver's door was locked.
I don't have a key, so I can't use the knapsack on the driver's door.
I wasn't sure that would open the door. I didn't want to go down there until the guards were out of the way.
We could go talk to Nico. But I think, frankly, all I need to do is put maybe the knapsack on the goat and then throw the goat towards throw the food, the figs towards the guys.
Perhaps you could create some kind of distraction.
Alright, let's put the knapsack on the goat. Let's see what happens there, if that works.
I didn't think the goat would appreciate that. Despite the yarn being a processed byproduct of a fellow bovid, the goat had no qualms about eating it.
Let's see how many different things this goat will eat. To just help us realize.
The goat smelled bad enough already.
See how many items we need left for the rest of this game.
The goat sniffed the cookie, took a nibble, then spat it out. I didn't blame him.
Here you have a typical problem
I questioned the wisdom of feeding a rare 1,000-year-old manuscript to a goat, but the goat had eaten it before I'd answered myself.
Like, typical bad engine here when a character walks from one point to another point to do something, just interact. So he walks over here.
I didn't think the goat would appreciate that.
And then it does a check, and then if it succeeds, it will walk
the goat would appreciate
to the left.
I didn't think the goat would appreciate that.
So I can't get rid of my malediction.
Trevor could teach that goat a thing or two about good manners, but I couldn't risk him being eaten. I didn't think the goat would appreciate that.
Let's just keep on going down this road.
I didn't think the goat would appreciate that.
Getting that default response each time.
I didn't think the goat would appreciate that.
Alright, so we could feed a couple things to him. Let's come over here and let's give the knapsack to Shears.
Hey, Shears.
Hello, my darlings.
What's all this stuff?
Explosives mostly. Right little treasure trove.
So, dynamite sticks?
Is that what I think it is?
Careful! Dynamite is fickle, unpredictable, and dangerous. Just like her indoors. No gymnastics while you got that stuff in your pocket.
So, are we going to make
I'm guessing this isn't a giant stick of gum.
Dead right, George.
a bomb?
It's TNT. Don't worry about it, though. It's perfectly safe. As long as you don't pull that timer cord. And if you do, give us a shout first.
What on earth is that, Shears? It looks dangerous.
Careful. It could be anything. Gelignite, plastic, or... it could be someone's lunch.
Yeah, I think what you got there is a sausage. Local delicacy, I expect. If you can't repair something with duct tape, you're not using enough duct tape.
And
What's
fuse
that?
wire.
Fuse wire. Cut a length off, stick it in something that goes bang, light it and do a runner.
Sounds simple enough.
It is, until you make a mistake.
Petrol
A
lighter.
classic badass lighter. I took it. I needed all the help I could get.
Now we ran out of matches before, so that was rather actually redundant of the game. We could have just had matches from left over from before. And it seems like that's all we needed to do, so let's see. Dynamite to the TNT.
That wasn't quite right.
And fuse wire to the
On closer
TNT.
inspection, the TNT already had a detonator attached, which was distinctly unreassuring.
Duct tape. Doesn't work. Sausage to the
Never
TNT.
in a month of Sundays.
Sausage to the
They didn't go
TNT.
together. I knew it was a sausage. Shears knew it was a sausage. But one tiny length of fuse wire and voila, dynamite.
So now we have a primed sausage with some TNT.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Lighter
I need
sausage.
to figure out what to do with it before I lit it.
So I think I'm just gonna
I need
light
to
this.
figure out what to do with it before I lit it.
Let's see. It seems like I can put this with Trevor.
They didn't go together.
Prime sausage with the
I didn't want to
knapsack.
put that in the knapsack.
Prime sausage with the bad
I
guys.
didn't think I'd be able to toss the sausage that far.
Let's talk to Shears.
Hey, Shears. Any idea how to get past these guards?
Well, there's that lovely bag of goodies you found. You can bring the whole mountainside down if you're not careful, though.
Wire with
Not a
that.
snowball's chance. I needed a better idea.
So maybe I'm supposed to put a fuse with this.
I tore off a length of fuse wire and rammed it into the end of the dynamite. A daring act, but one that had also made me rather nervous.
So now we have prime dynamite. Prime dynamite with the driver's door. We'll just blow the door open on the car. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Feels like I have a lot of items here to achieve 3 or 4 different items. Well, Nico's gonna stop me. Interesting.
What are you doing? What are you doing with the truck?
Well, we need a distraction. I thought maybe I could blow it up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, you really think so?
No, George, I do not. Blowing up that truck in this valley would have catastrophic consequences.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'll be having those explosives, George.
But
No. No buts, George.
So she took away all my explosives. So much for that idea. Duct tape doesn't seem to work on anything. Wire doesn't
well,
seem
it
to
seemed
work.
like a good idea at the time.
Let's see if we can give the prime sausage to the goat.
Nico, a hand, please. You seem to have a bond with these creatures.
I hope you're not thinking of harming Donner.
Trust me, a cunning 6-phase plan is formed. Wholly approved
Six-phase.
by all the major animal rights organizations. Just Keep her still for a second.
So we duct taped the sausage to the goat.
Why have you attached the sausage to Donna?
That's phase 1. Now, watch as the others come together.
If it's all the same to you, I'll watch from over there.
I had a fake piece of dynamite strapped to the goat. Phase 1 of my plan, complete. Now, I just had to figure out phases 2 to 6.
This is dangerously getting to the edge of being a distasteful...
I had an idea. I wonder just how much that goat liked figs.
A distasteful suicide bombing joke.
Hey, goat. Want a fig?
Hmm. So it runs back this way. So we put it with the path. And that sounds like the right move, according to the background music. But it's taking forever to load. Well, the game hasn't crashed. It's just not doing anything. So instead of crashing this time, it feels like now the game is just caught in an infinite loading loop. I can't do anything. I may have to force it to crash. And that would suck, because then that means I've got no save file until the last time it saved. Which could have been a while ago. Well, I'm clicking everywhere. Right clicking. Nothing's happening. I've got to force it to close. And start again. This game I started playing 122 hours ago. It has managed to take forever to get anywhere close. We won't try to blow up the truck this time. Instead, we'll just put the sausage on the goat and try it again. And then I guess that means that I'll hold on to the
Nico,
explosion.
I hope.
Trust. Wholly approved.
See, this does feel like a potentially 6-phase plan to succeed here.
Why have you
That's...
If it's all...
I have... Phase 1. Now,
And... Fig to the
I
path.
have an idea. I wonder just how much that goat liked figs. Hey,
And
goat. Want a fig?
So we can get the goat to the path. And then what? It just runs back this way. So unless I'm supposed to do something... Let's see. Handful. Can I get it to the bottom of the path? And get the goat to go down that far. George is walking incredibly slowly here.
I casually tossed a fig to the bottom of the path.
And then let's walk back down this way and see if we can maybe accomplish something else. Apparently this is a statue called Shidu.
A large statue of a creature with a winged bull's body and a human head. Looked pretty intimidating. Another intimidating statue.
Okay.
If I wander down there, the guards would spot me. With my best throw, I tossed one of the ripe figs. It landed close to the group. None of them spotted it.
So I think that's enough. So one more fig to the path, and hopefully the goat will decide to walk right next to him and scare him away. There's nothing wrong with this puzzle, frankly. It's a little complicated, but we're late in the game, so that's not a big deal. It is right in the way of the main story, and that might be a little irritating, but it's only irritating because the story up to this point and the game up to this point has not been good. If the game was good up to this point, doing this puzzle would have been fine. Oddly, I guess I just have to give this puzzle an exception and just say, like, nothing really wrong with this. Maybe tasteless suicide bombing joke.
Should we shoot him? Nah, leave him alone.
And that didn't quite work. So apparently I have to light the fuse and then send him. And I can't move until this goat gets back into position. Yeah, being able to make that mistake isn't the best feeling, though. I kind of wish the game had instead just told me, I won't throw the fig until I light the fuse, or I should light the fuse first. Any little feedback that George could give you
tossed a fig to the bottom of the path.
To tell you that you're on the right track, but you've forgotten something needs to have happened. Arguably, you could say that George Stobbart in these games is too stupid to be the main character in a point-and-click adventure. And his silence when you do some things slightly off from the way the game programmers want it
With my
to happen,
throw, I tossed one of the ripe figs. It landed close to the group. None of them spotted it.
makes the game more frustrating. And if I say George Stobbart's too stupid to be the main character, I really mean that the way they program the games and the layout of the games and the hints in the games are done poorly. In this game in particular.
That should do the trick.
Like, getting an affirmative response when you do something right, while helpful, is not helpful enough. Because I don't need to know that I did the puzzle right after I've done the puzzle right. I need to know that I've done the puzzle wrong while I'm trying to solve the puzzle. And see, I'd like to walk over to the left and see it, but I guess the camera's gonna pan over. And the sad fact is, it's probably going to take about 30 minutes just to get in the cave.
Cry havoc and let slip the goats of war.
Oh, hello, Goatee. Oh, fellas, what's he got round his neck? Looks like...
Oh my god. Scarpa!
Like, we didn't need this 30-minute speed bump right here at the end of the game.
Langham's guards must have been spooked. There was no sign of them.
And I have no clue what's inside of this crack.
So, in there then? It looks dark.
I ain't going in there. Tight spaces give me the heebie-jeebies. Why don't I stay here and make sure the three wise monkeys don't come back?
That was pretty obvious that that was how that was going to go. Let's go in the dark hole.
The cave was pitch black. Too dark to see a thing.
Oh, come on. Lighter.
Come here, George.
She's taking all my dynamite again?
What are you doing?
I was just trying to liven things up.
With a pocket full of dynamite? I'll be having those explosives, George.
But...
So obviously she needs the explosives
No buts, George.
because she's going to do something at the end. Like Broken Sword 1, she ended up with a purse full of dynamite and threw it in a fire and exploded things. And I think we're going to have an ending that is going to be strikingly similar
the cave
to
was
that.
pitch black. Too dark to see a thing.
But they're working in an odd way to get to that point.
Through the gloom, I could just see stairs leading down. Come on, Nico. We need to find Langham.
So we see a statue of
This
Lucifer,
place is extraordinary.
statue
You
of
think this is really Eden?
Well, if
Jehovah.
you see any apples, think twice before you eat them. Look. Lucifer.
This looks like
And Langham.
He's got evil.
cardboard
Whatever he's up to.
waves.
I hope we're in time.
Look, the altar. The glowing thing? It's the shape of the tabula. We have to get across there, quick.
And some ladder fell over here. So this looks so fake, like a soundstage. Let's see, what can we see? We can talk to Nico,
What do
maybe.
you suppose Langham's up to?
Whatever it is, we need to stop him before it's too late.
Look at this water effects. They certainly couldn't do any.
A tangled mass of dry old vines hung from the ceiling. The ladder got caught up in them.
Vines and ladder. A collapsed bridge. And an ancient tree.
The ladder was tangled in vines.
Vines I
couldn't reach it
can't
from there.
reach.
The ancient bridge had collapsed many years ago. Langham had used a ladder to cross, but that ladder was now on the other side.
So I don't have a ball of yarn.
The
Fuse
fuse
wire.
wire wasn't strong enough to pull down the vines.
Duct tape.
That was never going to work.
Dead
It was
bush.
a dried up, dead-looking bush.
So do we have to create the burning bush? Well, I don't want to actually do that right now, frankly. Let's see. Achievement wise, we are now at 27 of 35. Which leaves about 8 potential ones I missed. maybe I will get that. We were at 90% before. What will we be at now that we save? You can definitely see there's no going back without having multiple save files. So any side achievement, you would have to spend hours and hours. Even if you know exactly what to do to move to the next element, you still would probably have to spend hours and hours to get to it. We are 96% of the way done, so almost certainly, if I can help it, I will be done in the next recording. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.